Hello everyone, I'm gonna show you an example of how to use the Hmi controller for the Arduino. And in this example we're gonna use a car and we're gonna measure and change some variables in this car. Those variables are the engine frequency of rotation, there are RPM, revolutions per minute, the fuel level, the water temperature, the engine status. We're gonna know if the engine is off or on. We're gonna use a button to turn on the engine and other button to turn off the engine. We're gonna sense and know how is the four doors of the car, if they are open or closed. We're gonna use a switch for turn on or off the lights of the car. And we're gonna change the intensity of the lights. Okay, now we're gonna take a look of how to connect the Arduino with the breadboard and the components that we're gonna use for this example. We're gonna use the Bluetooth module to communicate with the Android device. The first potentiometer we're gonna use here is for the engine RPM, revolutions per minute. The second potentiometer is for the water temperature. This trimmer is for the fuel level. We're gonna use 4 push buttons. Each one is for a door, for the door 1, door 2, door 3, and door 4. And we're gonna use 2 LEDs. The yellow one is for the lights of the car, and we are gonna connect it to one of the PWM pins. And the other, this green LED, is for the engine status. If the engine is on, so this LED must be on. Once you have connected all the components in your breadboard and connected to Arduino, so the next step is to download. If you don't have it installed in your computer, you have to download a special Arduino IDE that is compatible with the Hmi controller. You can download it from the web page. And we're gonna open a template, the template Bluetooth software serial. This file is also available in the web page, so you can download it from there. The first thing that we're gonna do is to put a mask over the pins that we're gonna use in the Arduino. So we're gonna use 4 doors. They're gonna be 4 pins that are gonna work as input. So the first one is int door 1 pin, and that's gonna be the pin number 4. Door 2 pin. Seven. Okay, those are the 4 pins that are gonna use a dip switch or a push button. We're also gonna use 2 LEDs, and they're gonna work like the lights of the car and for the engine status. So, or for the engine if we want to turn on or off the engine. This light is gonna indicate that. So we're gonna say int engine pin. You wanna use the pin number 2, and for the lights we're gonna use the pin number 3. Okay, then we go down here in setup and we're gonna declare it as an input or output. So like we always do this in Arduino sketch, so it's the same thing. So there's nothing different from here. Door 1 pin is input. And we're gonna do the same for the output pins. Okay, now we're gonna declare the variables that we're gonna use for the HMI. So these variables are gonna be, the first one is the engine RPM, the fuel level, and the water temperature. We're also gonna need a light intensity. For the push button that we're gonna use for turn on and turn off the engine, we're gonna use Boolean variables. False. Okay. We need a variable for the switch that's gonna control the lights. So lights, there it is, and the last variable is gonna be engine status. Okay, it's gonna be false. Now we're gonna attach these variables with the HMI controller system. So with this is gonna allow us that the application recognize every single variable that you're using in your sketch. So we're gonna say HMI attach int out, and the first argument is gonna be the variable that we're gonna attach. We're gonna attach an int variable, so it's an engine RPM, and the second argument is gonna be the name tag, but the name tag can only be a character, so we're gonna use the letter A, and we do the same with these other variables. Those are as an output variable, so they are getting from the Arduino to be displayed in the program, in the Android application. But what if we need some variables that we're gonna read from the Android device to the Arduino? So if we need to send a variable to the Android device, we're gonna use other function. There is attach int in. So this is gonna be the light intensity and name tag D. With this, we're gonna say that everything that's gonna change in the HMI controller application is gonna save it into the lights intensity variable. If, for example, if we have in the application 50, so this variable is gonna turn 50. Okay, so it's everything that's coming from the Android. We're also gonna attach the Boolean variables. So we're gonna use the turn on engine, and we're gonna use as name tag the capital A. Remember that this variable is gonna be from the Android device, and with this are gonna to the Android device, to and from. The next thing that we're gonna do is to read the analog pins of the Arduino, the pins that we're using to read the RPM, the water temperature, and the fuel level. So it's an engine RPM equal to analog read 0, because I had this potentiometer connected to the pin 0. From here we can connect to the HMI application and it will work, but we're gonna write a code. We're gonna do some process here. So if the lights zero, okay, if we turn on the lights, we're gonna write the intensity of the light in the light pin. So remember that in the light pin we're using a LED, and if the lights they are off, so we're gonna turn off the LED. We're gonna write if we're gonna turn on and turn off the engine. So it is if the turn on engine button is pressed, so we're gonna turn the engine. And if we press the turn on engine push button, it's gonna turn on the engine, and of course if we press the turn off engine, it's gonna turn it off. The last thing we're gonna use here is we're gonna use an if here, a conditional statement, and we're gonna say okay, we're gonna say engine status okay. We're gonna do other conditional here, and it's gonna if we get a water temperature over 300, the engine is gonna turn off. Okay. Okay, and that's all the code for this example. Now we're gonna upload it to the Arduino board. And next step, I'm gonna show you how to configure all the application and to make the communication possible. Okay.